Welcome back to Moose on the Loose. My name's David. Today, we've got Christy Freeland at the WEF in Davos, Switzerland. What else would you expect? Her working her second job. Conflict of interest? I think so. And what's interesting here is you'll notice the Ukraine ribbon. Yes, she supports Ukraine colors. We go back to last year. There she is again, and on a close-up shot, you'll see that she's also got a Ukraine ribbon, and all she talks about is Ukraine. She only talks about Ukraine at these things. You would think she's representing Ukraine.
But all of the money was earmarked to go directly to Ukraine. We issued $500 million.
Now, she's flown out to Davos, Switzerland on our dime to give a little speech, and who knows what's going on in the background there. And just keep in mind, last year, this cost us $15,000. She flew to Santiago, and then I guess over there, maybe there, and then Santiago. But on her records, you can see here, Santiago, Davos, $15,000 what we paid for her to go meet with these people. This is not some government organization. This is a private organization. This WEF crap needs to go into the toilet. I don't want my tax dollars being spent on this worthless crap for these rich people to mingle and get more rich. This is stupid. But anyways, listening to her speak here, you'll get a sense of what she's planning to do with our country, because really, she's the one pulling the strings here. Justin is just the puppet of her, and I think Klaus Schwab, who's really the puppet of both of them. If you're not familiar, Klaus Schwab, this guy, I don't even need to make fun of him. He's like making fun of himself. I mean, Klaus, what's going on here, man? You've got no hair, yet you got this fuzz on the back. Just shave that, dude. It's gross. Like, I'm fasting here. I'm supposed to be eating soon, but does he remind you of someone? I swear, this guy reminds me of that cartoon turtle. What's that turtle's? The Looney Tunes turtle, Cecil Turtle. Is this guy? Does this not look exactly like Klaus Schwab? Oh, God. So this guy is the head of the WEF. He started in 1971. He's trying to be like the Earth's overlord, basically, with this WEF crap. Anyways, let's get to the clip of Christy Freeland here, seen licking her lips, reminding herself what the tears of broken Canadians' dreams taste like.
The other thing that's going on, and again, Khaldun talked about this is a hugely transformative moment in the whole global economy. I think that right now we're living through a moment which is comparable only to the Industrial Revolution itself in terms of the energy transition and the way we need to retool all of our manufacturing. That is huge. Canada's strategy, Borgay, is to say, look at these two trends and let's see how we can use them to play to Canada's strengths. And our view is there's a lot that Canada can offer to the world in this moment. You know, we have the critical minerals and metals that you need to build a green economy. We have a lot of clean energy. 85% of our grid is already clean, and we are investing heavily in building more clean energy. We are a country that believes in manufacturing, has manufacturing know-how and capacity. And then you guys spoke about industrial policy. You know, the thing that is new about industrial policy is we are developing our economies, growing our economies at a time when we also need to accomplish the green transition. And I spoke yesterday to a very significant international business leader who is also a big investor in Canada. And he said to me, all the countries in the world need to be very careful that decarbonization does not mean deindustrialization. I thought that was an extremely smart comment, and Canada is absolutely determined that decarbonization for us will mean more jobs, more growth, more manufacturing, and we recognize government needs to play a role to make that happen. So we've set up a $15 billion government fund run by professional investors from a Canadian pension fund. And I hope you know Canadian pension funds, they're geniuses, the best in the world. So we don't have my department manage the money. Sorry, you guys are very good too.
Did she just say her department not manage the money? She's the finance minister of Canada. Excuse me? This is just Unbelievable. So a few things to take away from there. She just talked about the great green transition. You know what? I would love it if we could just put a solar panel on, on the everyone's house or whatever, and that would power their house, and one on a business and it powers it, and that's it. And there's not all these crazy rare earth metals and all the stuff that you have to dig up and scar the earth. Even though you could just somehow create something without damaging the earth. But that's just not the reality of our planet. And until we have technology that can do that, there can't be some great green transition. Look what's happening with all the electric vehicles. Getting stuck in winter. We're having a cold winter and cars are getting stuck. There's Teslas and all sorts of other cars stuck all over the road. And it's the gas and the diesel ones not getting stuck. Now, should there still be a push to transition to electric cars? And yeah, sure, over time. But it can't be this forced thing where you're trying to just cram this down everyone's throat when we don't have infrastructure to power these vehicles. Our electrical grid is not built to deal with that right now. It can't be forced down everyone's throat in 5 or 10 years. It has to be strategically and planned done. It has to be done with math formulas where, hey, if we had 40 million people all with electric cars, what would that take? This government doesn't do that. The Trudeau Liberals are idiots. They are bumbling idiots. They're just like, it seems like they're intentionally trying to drive us into the ground and just cause as much suffering as possible. That is what it seems like from a citizen of this country. Justin Trudeau, you suck. We don't like you. Christy Freeland, you also suck. You're terrible. You should not be having your job. You're both terrible. You guys won't be in power much longer unless you rig the election, and at which point there'll be a big revolt. Everyone will revolt if that happens, because there's just no way you'll get enough votes, period.
So come invest in Canada. We believe that we have to hustle. We think this is a moment that, the cement is being poured for the new economy. And we really believe in being out there, talking to investors in the world and saying there's a lot of natural advantages Canada has, and we're going to help those advantages along with government policy. And then just to conclude, Borge, what I'll say, I liked your intro.
It's already been proven, yes, Canada has so many resources and opportunities, but companies are pulling out because of these bonehead, like you, Christy Freeland, bonehead people in charge that are just running these policies into the ground. It takes way too long to build any sort of plants to do anything in Canada. No one wants to invest here. Well, Canada has become an absolute joke. It's just like our passport means nothing now. You used to be able to go around the world and people are like, oh, Canadian passport. Canada's a good country. Now Canada is a joke. It's a joke to live here. People immigrate here and they're like, oh, wow, it's terrible here. And they go back to whatever country they came from because it's so bad here. That's what the state is. So this whole World Economic Forum is a bunch of nonsense. It's just a bunch of rich people networking. That's what this is, and using our money to do it. It's nonsense. Show me one thing that's come out of this. I could easily take the cost of her flights, which whatever it'll be, $10,000, $15,000, put it into something that would have actually helped the community. I could come up with 100 ideas that would have been better spent than this.
At the end of the day, the question we have to ask ourselves is, will this make the life of the people I represent better? Will it create great jobs that people can build a life on and have hope and optimism for the future with?
Thank you so much, Christia.
There's a nice pathetic little clap for that. Yeah, those guys all know. They all know you guys are running us into the ground. Maybe they're part of it. I don't know. Nice golf clap. This Davos WEF meeting is just dog crap. But what do you expect when you got Cecil Turtle here running it? Klaus Schwab. Oh, God. And finally, we have one of the most ridiculous clips you'll ever see from the WEF, the World Economic Forum. They've got these, I don't know, indigenous of some sort, doing some sort of ritual. I don't like making fun of stuff like this, but this is ridiculous. Just check this out.
Why should I?
I can't. It's like she got like Klaus Schwab to rip a wet fart on her hands, and she's like, ooh. She's got to like glaze every one of these people, christen them as part of their little clan. Look at this guy's face. He's like, oh yeah, I got the wet fart of Klaus Schwab on my head now. I'm part of the club. It's so dumb. What does that have to do with any of this World Economic Forum? Oh God. It's just this whole club here is nonsense. Just Klaus Schwab and all his croonies. That's all I got for you guys today on this one. I've got some merch now if you guys want to check out. People have been wanting the Make Canada Great Again merch, so I've put some on there. There's some toques and shirts and stuff. Sadly, when I've been actually t-shirt designer for years, like over 15 years. I have multiple stores on multiple of these websites, and it's sad to see how expensive the base rate of these shirts are now. They used to be like less than half the price just for the base rate. They're not cheap. That's all I can say. I'm sorry. They're as cheap as they can basically make them. So, but if you want some merch or you want some stickers or stuff, I'll put them on there. I'm going to design some more stickers. And if you have any ideas you want, let me know in the comments down below. This is definitely within my wheelhouse. I used to be a lead artist at Microsoft and Electronic Arts and other companies at video game companies. So it'd be kind of fun to get back in there and draw some things and create some art. But be sure to subscribe, turn on the bell notification so you get notified all of my videos. Stay warm, stay fed. I'll see you in the next one.